Shadows of the Cocaine King, Pablo Escobar's ruthless empire. What if I told you that one man could burn $2 million in cash just to keep his family warm during a freezing night in the mountains? Or that he built a private zoo so extravagant that its escaped hippos now roam wild, terrorizing Colombian rivers decades after his death? Picture this: a boy from a dusty Colombian suburb who clawed his way from stealing tombstones to controlling 80% of the world's cocaine supply, amassing a fortune that made him one of the richest men alive, only to unleash a wave of bombings, assassinations, and chaos that turned his homeland into a blood-soaked battlefield. This isn't the script for a Hollywood blockbuster. It's the raw, adrenaline-fueled saga of Pablo Escobar, the king of cocaine. Strap in as I peel back the layers of this narco nightmare, revealing the man behind the myth and the monsters he unleashed. The humble hustler, from tombstones to the drug trade. Born on December 1st, 1949, in the sleepy town of Rio Negro, Colombia, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was the third of 7 children to a school teacher, mother, and a peasant farmer father. The family soon relocated to Envigado, a gritty suburb of Medellin, where young Pablo's sharp mind clashed with the harsh realities of poverty. By his teens, he was already dipping into crime's dark waters, selling fake diplomas, smuggling stereo equipment, and, in a macabre twist, stealing tombstones from graveyards to sand off the inscriptions and resell them as new slabs. His first brush with the law came in 1974 for car theft, but this was just the appetizer. As Colombia's underworld simmered with the rising demand for cocaine, Escobar saw his golden ticket. In the mid-1970s, he plunged headfirst into the drug game, partnering with smugglers like the Ochoa brothers to form what would become the infamous Medellin cartel. Escobar's big break, the 1975 murder of rival trafficker Fabio Restrepo, widely believed to be orchestrated by Pablo himself, though he never admitted it. He didn't just traffic coke, he industrialized it, building secret labs in the jungles and smuggling routes that funneled tons of white powder north. By the early 1980s, his operation was a well-oiled machine, complete with submarines, planes, and bribes that kept borders porous. Sensational detail: Escobar once bought a Learjet solely to fly his mountains of cash around, because who needs banks when you're printing money faster than the mint? Building the beast: power, politics, and plata o plomo. As the cartel swelled, so did Escobar's ambitions. He wasn't content with shadows. He craved the spotlight. In 1982, he shocked the world by winning an alternate seat in Colombia's Congress as part of the Liberal Party, positioning himself as a Robin Hood figure. He poured millions into Medellin's slums, building roads, soccer fields, roller rinks, and even entire neighborhoods dubbed Barrio Pablo Escobar 10. The poor hailed him as a savior, but his enemies knew the truth. This was blood money, laundered through charity to buy loyalty. Yet power came with peril. When Justice Minister Rodrigo Lara Bonilla exposed Escobar's criminal ties, forcing his resignation from Congress, Pablo struck back with venom. Lara Bonilla was gunned down in 1984, igniting a full-scale war. Escobar's motto: plata o plomo, silver, bribes, or lead, bullets. Judges, cops, politicians, anyone who stood in his way faced a choice: take the payoff or meet a gruesome end. Thrillingly, his hit squads, known as sicarios, rode motorcycles through crowded streets, unleashing hails of bullets in broad daylight, turning Medellin into a ghost town of fear. If these tales of hidden empires and shadowy deals have you on the edge of your seat, like they did me during countless nights sifting through declassified files and survivor accounts, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to Behind the Veil, Truths on YouTube, for more unfiltered exposes that pull back the curtain on history's darkest figures. The pinnacle of terror: bombs, billions, and a private paradise. At his peak in the mid-1980s, Escobar was untouchable, a billionaire overlord worth an estimated $30 billion, ranking him among Forbes' top 10 richest people. 9. His cartel smuggled 15 tons of cocaine daily into the U.S., raking in $420 million a week. The wealth was obscene. He spent $2,500 a month on rubber bands just to bundle his cash stacks, and once lost $2 billion to rats gnawing through hidden money in warehouses. shrugging it off as the cost of doing business. 0. In a brazen flex, he even offered to pay off Colombia's entire $10 billion national debt in exchange for immunity from extradition. 10. His Hacienda Nápoles estate was a narco fantasy. 7,000 acres, boasting artificial lakes, a bullfighting arena, dinosaur statues, an airstrip, and a zoo stocked with giraffes, elephants, ostriches, and hippos imported from Africa. 9. But beneath the glamour lurked horror. Escobar orchestrated the 1989 bombing of Avianca Flight 203, killing 107 innocents in a botched attempt to assassinate a presidential candidate. 10. A truck bomb outside Bogotá's security agency slaughtered over 50 and injured thousands more. He claimed responsibility for the deaths of 3 presidential candidates, an attorney general, countless judges, and over 1,000 police officers. Total body count. Thousands, many personally ordered by the man himself. The Great Escape and the fatal chase, fearing extradition to the U.S., Escobar surrendered in 1991, but on his terms, he built his own prison, La Catedral, a lavish fortress with a casino, spa, nightclub, jacuzzi, waterfall, and even a giant dollhouse for his daughter. From this Hotel Escobar, he continued running his empire, torturing rivals and throwing parties. When authorities tried to transfer him in July 1992, he vanished into the night, sparking a 16-month manhunt fueled by U.S. DEA agents, Colombian forces, and even rival cartels. The end came on December 2, 1993, the day after his 44th birthday bash of cake, wine, and marijuana. Cornered in a Medellin hideout, Escobar fled across rooftops in a desperate sprint, barefoot and frantic. Gunfire erupted. He was shot in the leg, torso, and fatally through the ear. Officially by police, though whispers persist he pulled the trigger himself, true to his vow. I'd rather have a grave in Colombia than a jail cell in the U.S. Echoes of the empire, a legacy that won't die. Pablo Escobar's death shattered the Medellin cartel, but his shadow lingers like a curse. Those hippos from his zoo? They've multiplied into an invasive herd of over 100 rampaging through Colombia's waterways and defying efforts to contain them. One, his son, now Sebastian Marroquin, lives in exile, penning books about his father's suicide and the scars of growing up in terror. 9. And in pop culture, Escobar endures, fueling Netflix series like Narcos, where his larger-than-life villainy captivates millions. But here's the chilling question that keeps me up at night. Was Escobar a product of his time, or did he reshape the world in his image, birthing the narco wars that rage on today? If this dive into the abyss has left you hungry for more untold stories, from cartel kings to global conspiracies, smash that subscribe button on Behind the Veil Truths. Hit the bell, join the hunt for truth, and let's uncover the next shadow together. What's your take on Escobar's legacy, hero, monster, or both? Drop it in the comments below. Stay vigilant, the veil is thinner than you think.